Bit of delay.
Nothing we can do about that, unfortunately.
There we go.
AnimeFan starting just slightly ahead. For those who aren't unaware, we are going to be going off the in-game time at the very top of the screen, just to avoid issues with loads and the like.
So to begin with, you can see that the players are doing dive boost. It's one of the faster forms of movement. It's where you dive, and then as you hit the ground, you press either jump or the dive button again, and you'll get a quick speed boost.
It's one of the fastest movements in the game. Right away, AnimeFan's going to be picking up some yarn, because we are going to be crafting the sprint hat as soon as possible in this level. And we're basically not going to take that sprint hat off for most of the game. One of the nice pieces of tech is that we can craft the hat while another cutscene's playing, so we're not just sitting there twiddling our thumbs.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest mechanics in Hat in Time, just the use of different hats that we craft from yarn.
And we're going to go and ignore most of those hats.
Yeah. So as you can see on Max's screen, they are beginning to collect some pawns around the fountain. The pawns are the currency of this game, and they're going to use it to unlock the third act of this chapter. She came from outer space.
We go to chapter 3 first, collecting those pawns, so we can get the brewer's hat, which just makes for some nice tech early on. Older runs would go straight to barrel battle instead.
Yeah, in this level there's 4 really quick yarn, which is required for the brewing hat. So we just grab those and then we can use them in barrel battle afterwards.
Now what you just saw on AnimeFan screen is the duplication glitch. For some reason, when you take damage and collect a ticket, it counts as 2 tickets. It mostly works only on tickets, does not work on yarn, which is quite unfortunate. If they were to fail that trick there, it wouldn't hurt that much because the ticket's right there. There's a trick later in the run where if you messed it up, that's a lot of time lost.
Now on AnimeFan's screen, you can see that he's once again crafting a hat during another cutscene.
And now he's going to steal this poor Mafia guy's lunch money.
Yeah. This is one instance of RNG in the game. This Mafia guy is able to drop between 3 and 5 pawns. So it's just RNG how many you get from him each time.
Having some bad luck getting mostly 3 pawns every time, I think. Mafia guy's stingy this time.
Well, yeah, he only got 3 every time.
Now the amount of pawns he gets is important because we need 100 pawns by the end of Mafia Town to enter Heating Up Mafia Town. If you don't have that, well, yeah, that's not going to end well. Max seeming to get better luck.
You have to grab extra pawns. Luckily, there's enough pawns within the levels, so you usually end up with at least 100, even if you have to grab a few extras.
AnimeFan's about to enter Barrel Battle, which is our first boss stage, quote-unquote. The game considers it one, but it's mostly just a gauntlet.
It's also one of the more boring levels within the game.
I'd say it's one of the 2 quote-unquote auto-scrollers.
Yeah. You can see he's picking up as many pawns as he can on the way, and then he enters the battle. You'll be able to see soon why they do She Came From Outer Space first to get the brewing hat.
And
the brewing hat does 2 ounces of damage. 2 ounces of umbrella hits, essentially.
Is that the same for the homing attack? Is it also 2, or is that...
The homing attack is 1.
Homing attack's only 1? Oh.
1 instance of damage, yeah.
Alright, well, I learned something new today. AnimeFan's just gonna stand there right now, and the barrels will not hit him. Whatsoever. Don't know why the game's programmed like that, but It's safe. It saves you from damage.
Just one of the safe spots. Usually people will just check their phones, go on Discord. And once this final barrel comes past, the Mafia guy on the top will come down, and you just use the bro hat and umbrella hits to finish him off.
It's a pretty close race so far. They've both been near the same on their execution.
The 431 barrel battle for AnimeFan.
A small cutscene would have played there, but AnimeFan's just going to quit out of that. Saves a good couple seconds.
The intruder alert cutscene appears every time a new person enters your spaceship, and that will be played a few times within the run, and sometimes it is due to some RNG, but only once.
Hopefully we can avoid that RNG, but the chances of that are pretty slim. Let's see if AnimeFan can get the double hit, and was not able to. We tried to hit two of those Mafia guys at the same time. I've personally never pulled it off. And now we're entering the actual Mafia base with kind of one of the more annoying tricks earlier on, just because you can get sniped easily. AnimeFan's gonna jump up onto the light post, avoid getting canned, and get this bucket, which thankfully he got no problems. That button there, for some reason, is kind of glitched. I know it's
He
giving
missed the pawns.
Yeah, he missed 3 pawns, but he's in good shape for them. Oh, he's opting to pick up the yarn in the ice room here. I've never done that personally.
As long as you get enough yarn for each of the hats, it doesn't really matter too much.
We do
But
only
some
have...
yarn are faster than the others.
It's honestly just down to preference. We are only going to craft one more hat in the run, and it's not going to be till the end of the game. So AnimeFan opted to not do fight skip, which if you were to jump up the sides of the walls, basically, you could avoid that small fight, which saves a little bit of time, especially avoiding the avoiding the fence coming up and down.
During this boss fight, you can just jump on top of his head during this move. You're rather safe.
Max is going for fight skip. This could actually save him quite a bit of time if he does it correctly.
Ooh, here he goes. As you just jump along the little doorways of the throne room, you can
And
get
Max
over the
pulls it
volume.
off.
That saves a lot of time, actually. He could be
Yeah.
ahead by the end of this.
Now, this is one of the few other things of RNG in the game, is the amount of sandbags that the Mafia boss throws down. AnimeFan seeming to get pretty good RNG here. Now he's going to run to the side with the Brewer's hat. And this, for some reason, will throw the Mafia boss off the stage, ending the fight prematurely.
Yeah, this skips like one whole phase of the fight.
And that's the longest phase, too.
Yep.
It's like a good minute or two loss if you screw that up.
There's going to be another cutscene here, but you can skip it by exiting to hub as well.
It saves a little bit of time. If people don't go for it, that's no skin off their back, honestly. We're either now going to see our first time rift, or we're going to see the last time we're going to see that duplication, whichever AnimeFan goes for it first. The time rifts are just small platforming challenges, very similar to the ones you could find in Mario Sunshine, and he's going for it.
Max is able to pull off the quick kill as well. The AnimeFan has a slight lead over Max. We'll see which level Max decides to do first.
Now, for this specific time rift, you want to try to time that correctly so you're not missing the cycle. and AnimeFan got it perfectly. And now for the next little bit of RNG. At the end of every time rift, there's a slot machine, and you're trying to avoid getting a CD. AnimeFan unfortunately getting the CD.
Yeah, basically the roulettes have cosmetics within them. So after each time rift, you're rewarded with a cosmetic or a new remix for songs in each level. If you get a remix, a set of characters enter your spaceship, and hence you get the intruder alert, losing a few seconds.
Thankfully, it only happens the first time, so AnimeFan's not going to have to worry about that for the rest of the run. AnimeFan's going for the slower route for this. There is a faster route where you take even more damage and double dupe twice. For a race, this is the much safer route, though.
Yeah, each of the tickets you're able to dupe. So the one on this typewriter here, you are able to take fall damage from high up and then jump into it, then duplicate that one.
AnimeFan
grabbing this yarn.
jump. That's going to cost him some time.
Yeah. He has to find his way back up and then
Well,
jump for
Max
it again.
also got the remix on the first one, so neither of them have to worry about that now. Now that's probably the most important item dupe in the game. If you miss that, most runners are just going to reset.
Yeah, the last ticket is quite far away from the vault itself. Max also opting
This is
to
Max's
not go for.
I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Because this is Max's chance to catch up after AnimeFan lost that time.
Yep. We'll see if Max also goes for that yarn that AnimeFan went for.
Does not seem to be going for it. AnimeFan's heating up Mafia Town. There are two specific paths you could be taking. One involving 2 death warps, one only involving 1. We'll see which one he goes for. Seems to be going for the 1 death warp. Ooh, getting sniped by the fish.
I think Max might be ahead right now. Oh yeah. Oh, he took two instances of damage there.
So he could still go for the death warp. Although
He's grabbing the
healing
heart one here, yeah, so I guess he's going to just do 1 death warp.
Basically what would happen is after hitting that one, you would die again and then go for the other 2. But instead he's going to go for the cannon instead.
If you die, it just warps you back to your initial starting point, which is more center to all of the other 4 sets. Saves a bit of time.
I think it was specifically 4 seconds specifically.
Yeah, it's not that much time.
It's really just down to preference at this point.
So you notice that the runners are hitting the faucets twice and then running away. Each faucet basically has the same amount of spin it needs to be closed.
AnimeFan got
So
the loud 5.
Oh, nice 5. They hit the faucets just enough so that they can leave and move on to the next one faster.
Max is opting to go for the death warp path. You can see now he's I'm sorry.
You'll notice that AnimeFan goes for the closest faucet last, just so that it's easier to get back to this cannon faster. Because it will play a cutscene and then you have to... If you die during that cutscene, you'll self-lock your game.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oof. It's still
AnimeFan's going to go to the last level of Mafia Town now.
Which is our second time rift. It's still a really close race, but Max has taken the lead. AnimeFan seems to have slightly faster loads. As a reminder, we do not go off of IRL time. We do go off in-game time.
You'll notice Anime Fan entered through Barrel Battle, act he had already completed. Oh no, Max fell down.
That's quite a bit of time loss.
So for Time Rift, you just try to enter the act that's closest to the rift.
When it comes to most of these time rifts, it's just precise platforming, getting the fastest cycles and the like. Which Anime Fan is not getting for this one, unfortunately. Now he's got to... Oh, he's jumping for it! And that cost him.
Oh no. Barely missed it. That'll cost him about 10 seconds.
I appreciate the style points, but that was not worth it.
Guess he's not going for it again.
No. Anime Fan is now leaving Mafia Town. We'll be going to Chapter 3 instead of Chapter 2, Contractual Obligations. The reason we go for Chapter 3 first is we need the hookshot from Chapter 3 to do one of the levels in Chapter 2. And we need a lot more pawns before we can do most of Chapter 2.
Yeah, Chapter 2, just like heating up Mafia Town, costs a lot of pawns. And if we were to go straight to Chapter 2, we would not have enough of the currency to unlock all the levels. But for Chapter 3, everything is free, so we're able to just collect as many pawns as we can while completing the levels, while obtaining the hookshot, which is necessary for the final chapter.
Anime Fans opting to do the safer route and not going for bag skip. If you were to climb up the tree a little bit and do some precise platforming, you could avoid this bag. It saves a good 40 seconds. But it's also very difficult to pull off. Even the high-level runners sometimes have a hard time with it.
This race is actually really close. They both exited Mafia Town at about 13 minutes and 50 seconds. So despite the loads, this is quite a close race.
So the deep lore of this place is that the Snatcher here is going to take our soul, and we have to do contractual obligations to get our soul back. We're not going to complete them all, so Hack Kid now has no soul.
You feel exceedingly empty inside.
Instead of the regular amount of empty inside. This game's got some really great humor if you're not speedrunning it.
Yeah, the dialogue in this chapter specifically is quite good, as well as the Battle of the Birds.
So, Max also not going for bag skip, completely understandable. So for our first mission here, we have to burn these paintings full of souls to kill these fire foxes. They want to die, so it's okay. It may not actually be okay.
The order of the paintings you get doesn't matter, as long as you get all 4 of them in the end.
It just comes down to preference to most people. Can he Kobe? Oh, he's not going for the swag jump. Oh, he didn't go for the yarn piece here. That's
the yarn? Yeah, he picked up 2 extra in Mafia Town, so...
I was wondering what yarn he wasn't going to pick up, and that was surprising to me. The Snatcher here is going to give you 2 contracts. We take the one on the right, because that's one of the missions we actually need a contract for. The one on the left we can do without the contract.
Yeah, some of the contracts or acts in this level don't actually require you to have a specific load-in, because all of their loading zones are actually within the map already. So we pick up the contracts that do require a contract and just enter the other ones through other levels.
Max might be going for the Death Warp here. Basically, using one of the cherry bombs, he can knock himself into the timepiece, get killed, and load back into the level, so he doesn't have to go to the telescope.
Yeah, on Anime Fan screen you saw him. He had to exit the level and rejoin. But if you die at the end of this one, it will just spawn you back at the beginning. And you're free to enter the next level because the loading zone's already in the level.
Now, Anime Fan's going to be burning these paintings here while not necessary for this specific mission, it is going to be needed later on. So it'll save us a lot of time.
Getting rid of this firewall essentially opens up access to 2 time rifts and also a faster route for one of the other levels.
Now the trick AnimeFan just pulled off by diving into the corner. Basically, the collision doesn't work correctly, so it shot him right up into the air, saving a lot of time.
Max was able to get the CO death, contractor obligation death, so now it's going to respawn right back into the level.
And AnimeFan is just about to pick up the hook shot. You can either swing like that or just jump onto the back of the treasure chest to get up there.
There's a lot of ponds in this area, so pick up as many as we can.
It is a great way to get all the ponds you need for late in the game.
Both runners opting to only get 1 yarn on the way to Submarine Well. Let's see if Max can pull off well skip. Yep, he's able to. Ooh, that's unfortunate, AnimeFan. Can he still make it? Oh, he made it. He initially fell off the little pipe thing.
I think you're behind a second. I'd buffer your stream.
Alright.
It's still a neck-and-neck race, all things considered. Max has a slight lead, but AnimeFan's not too far behind. He can easily make up some time. One of the more interesting ways to get out of the well here is if you were to move using keyboard and mouse while the contract's up, which the game for some reason lets you do, you can skip back to menu instead of going through the animation where she picks up the timepiece.
It says like 2 seconds or so, but we take what we can get.
Gotta save those frames somewhere. So now AnimeFan's going to load back into Subcom Well, but we're not going to do Subcom Well again. We're going to be doing Queen Vanessa's Manor, which in my opinion has one of the funniest skips in the game. Now, AnimeFan here is going to make sure he doesn't enter the obvious trap, because if he were to get caught by the Snatcher, he'd have to listen to his dialogue, and that's quite a bit of time loss.
Yeah, dialogue, cutscene, a multitude of things. So you're supposed to do a bunch of puzzles along here, hit the bells, make things solid, but we're able to just do a bit of platforming and jump over all of these walls.
Part of the reason you can pull stuff off like this is Hat Kid controls like a dream in this game. I love the movement options you get.
Oh wow.
And AnimeFan's headed straight for the manor now. So, for the beta speedrunning community, Queen Vanessa's Manor was very infamous. It's a survival horror part. You got 3 levels. It was a nightmare for speedrunners. Well, the developers listened. We don't play this level anymore. There's going to be a bunch of barrels that you can crawl between, and one of them has a warp that just sends you right to the top of the level.
Yeah, there's just a hole in the wall that you are not supposed to be able to see. But if you have the camera badge, you can change the camera around, and you can just see the hole there. You can just crawl into it, and it skips the whole thing.
It saves God knows how much time at this point, and we thank them for it.
AnimeFan just walks right into the cutscene for the chest. You're able to jump over that. We'll see if Max does that.
It is a bit precise, though not too terribly hard. Now, even though Max has the sprint hat, you'll still see them dive boosting around the majority of the game. It's the fastest movement method. besides sliding in certain situations.
The anime fan's gonna do the 2 time rifts of this world, and then probably move on to mail delivery, and then move on to the next world.
Max was able to pull off the cutscene skip by jumping up the side of the door.
Yeah,
Saves about 7 seconds.
essentially you just jump onto the door frame and then jump over the cutscene trigger, which isn't very high. And it saves, yeah, about 5-7 seconds.
So this is another one of those the rift areas, and once again, timing is impeccable. You lose a lot of time if you don't get the right setup, and Anime Fan has got it.
You have to wait a little bit for the gear to come back up, but that's fine.
Going back to bag skip a little bit earlier, the route would change slightly if they had pulled it off. The only difference being, though, they'd have to load into Subcom well instead of choosing to load into contractual obligations at any point. Not really important, but just something to point out. Do you know what causes that intruder alert after getting those that timepiece? Because I do not remember.
I think it's the Mafia boss.
Oh,
the Mafia
okay.
boss comes out.
For those who are unaware, after defeating the Mafia boss, the Mustache Girl, which we haven't seen much of, puts his essence into a jar, and then he sells you a badge. It's a quite bad experience for him.
Actually, I never got that badge in my casual playthrough.
Did you not? Oh, you didn't buy it?
I didn't buy it. I thought it was too expensive.
Oh, I did. I didn't think it was an issue. Alright, let's see which trick Anime Fan goes for. Is he going to go for the spider or dive boost on the wall? Nope, goes for the spider.
Yeah, there's a few ways of getting up onto this little platform here. You can do a few precise max height double jumps, or you can use the spiders.
Just to say how close this race is, Max is only ahead by about 3 seconds. It's anybody's game. Anime Fan can easily take that lead back.
At the end of this level, there's a bell. We'll see if he hits it or not.
You can either hit the bell and make the platform solid, he's going for it, or not. Oh, he didn't even need to hit the bell. He had that perfectly.
Yeah, it's just a bit of safety. So if you barely miss the timepiece, you land on the solid platform, you can just jump into the timepiece.
Max went for a slightly slower way to get into the timepiece, but it is a bit more accurate.
Yeah, it's much more consistent.
And now, Anime Fan's going to enter Mail Delivery Service, a kind of third-person shooter level, if you believe that.
Because we run on the PC, we're able to use keyboard and mouse, which is extremely useful for this level.
Makes aiming a lot easier.
Yeah. If you're using a controller to aim, the y-axis is like reversed, and the aiming is just slow in general. So just using keyboard and mouse, we're able to aim as you would in like any type of shooter.
And Max also used the bell and made it first try. Anime Fan getting a little bit lost on the route. Though, like, the idea is
usually there's a set route of male people you want to hit. Maybe he has his own route, I'm not sure.
I personally don't know the route yet, I'm still learning it. Oof. Now, if AnimeFan, oh no, AnimeFan did time it correctly, but didn't go back to hub. If you would,
Interesting.
because of the timing on that, he could have hit back to hub and saved like a second or two. And now AnimeFan's headed into Battle of the Birds. The last major chapter we do in the game. We do not touch Chapter 4 at all, because it's slow.
Yeah, because this is any percent, we need 25 timepieces to unlock Finale. So we just try to do the fastest timepieces we can.
And Chapter 4 has none of them at all.
Yeah. Chapter 4 has like a 1-minute intro, followed by a whole free roam area, which takes quite a while. It's quite a large map.
So Battle of the Birds here, this first level, Deadbird Studio, is a stealth mission, where we're going to avoid owls and penguins.
Max was able to get the exit to hub on his contractual obligations. I mean, mail delivery.
Fun fact, during Battle of the Birds, or specifically Deadbird Studio, Hat Kid has finger guns and it's heckin' cute.
Also appears in Murder of the AliExpress.
Oh yeah, that too.
But since
Now,
we use the sprint hat, we don't usually see it.
Now AnimeFan went for a death warp there, just saved a little bit of time, and is gonna now skip the majority of the rest of the level. By doing that specific... Sorry.
No, you were gonna say what I was gonna say.
By using that specific movement, he was able to skip the majority of the level and got avoid getting caught by the Terminator bird. AnimeFan's got a lot of matching to go through right now. Basically, DJ Grooves here is going to get rid of her bill and give her a... and give her a passport. He could have messed around, drew something, but not a whole lot of time to do that right now.
One of the main things there is that you're able to talk to him and then talk to him again, and that causes 2 cutscenes to play at once. Just saves a bit of time.
AnimeFan's now going to be going for one more rift. Some people do that later in the run, some people do it earlier. It really does not matter, but it's good to get some extra pawns in.
Yeah, once you reach Battle of the Birds, it's quite preference of what order you do the levels in.
Oof, Max failing the jump first time around.
Uh-oh.
Now what AnimeFan did there was hit the checkpoint so he could death warp and get back up there faster. Saves just a little bit of time.
It's a bit faster than going all the way around as intended. I was gonna opt to blow up the bomb, the wooden boxes.
You can jump right through the boxes if you're careful, but that was safer. With that passport, if you were to go back to the main menu, you'd be able to see what you drew. For obvious reasons, we're not going to show that off, though. So the main gimmick of Battle of the Birds is that you are filming movies for both these birds, and whoever wins is basically dictated by these points. We want the conductor to win because it's slightly faster, but it's not by enough that it's a huge problem.
Yeah, they have a different animation each of how they give you the timepiece, and the conductors are just slightly faster. When you're in Murder of the AliExpress, these crows will try to run up to you and ask you a question, which then a keyboard will appear and you have to enter some message or just answer that question. So we try to avoid them as much as possible.
If you match correctly with your keyboard, you can skip the text. I personally don't know how the timing is yet.
Yeah, if you use the keyboard and mouse for that, a keyboard doesn't actually appear on your screen. So you're intended to use your actual keyboard. So it's slightly faster, just swap to your keyboard and mash W to go forward and your mouse buttons.
Now, even though AnimeFan had a time limit up here on his screen, that's not an actual time limit, it's room-based. And by jumping to that button the way he did, we're going to be skipping most of the rooms.
Yeah, this is a very big sequence break for this level. It takes about like 3 minutes to get to this casually. So we just essentially save a lot of time with a bit of quick platforming.
And you see now AnimeFan's only got a few more owl minutes left. It's the same as regular minutes, but with owls.
You'll notice that Max and AnimeFan don't actually move when they enter this level. They don't try to go to another room.
Oh no, AnimeFan lost the key! Oh, that's a huge time loss.
What if he knows what the spare key is?
I don't know. Oh no. That's a huge time loss.
Yeah, it's really long. Yeah, I don't know if he knows what to do.
I don't know what to do here.
You have to do this basically as intended again.
Either that or quit to menu.
What AnimeFan tried to do was jump onto the door and then jump over to the final door.
Oof,
and use the key on that door instead.
That's heartbreaking. And my fan seems to have an idea some hope might not be lost for him yet. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, that's a huge time loss. Yeah, he knows where the key is at least. So he can just grab this key and then do what he wanted to do in the beginning.
Now, what you're supposed to be doing in Owl Express is picking up evidence to see who killed the owl. Because we ignore all of them, the game just defaults to Conductor, and that is an achievement the game gives. Anybody could be the murderer. It could have been the owl himself. You could have been the murderer. It's funny stuff. I adore this game.
There's a lot of options, and each of them end with their own little dialogue.
Now, the level Max has entered is called Picture Perfect, and the idea is Hat Kid is a diva now. So he's going to get endorsements, get his picture taken, pick up the last two of the last pieces of yarn for the run, and try to get out of here as fast as he can.
Trying to get as many fans as possible.
And he actually should be almost out of there. And yep. Now, as a reminder, sorry, go ahead.
AnimeFan. Oh, he's doing a different route.
Is he?
Interesting.
And maybe I'm behind.
He went to get the owls on the right, and then to the endorsement.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. I was behind. A lot of this level does come down to preference. There is a fastest way to do it, though.
Yeah, there are multiple different routes for Picture Perfect.
Max is entering Train Rush, which is probably one of the most high-octane levels in the game. He's going to be... This is also the level we need to get the hookshot for. Ooh, AnimeFan going for that endorsement.
Yeah, this is a very interesting route he's taking.
Oh, he also did pick up extra yarn, so I think that's why he's going for it.
Ah.
The goal train rush level Max is on is to just get to the end of the train before it explodes. Because Conductor's a man and actually put explosives on his train, just for a movie.
He's even cutting up his own train.
I wish I had that kind of money to not only own a train, but be able to destroy it, no problem.
And then he yells at you for trying to blow it up. The nerve.
These birds are not exactly the nicest people. Train Rush, I forgot to mention, was one of the levels we needed pawns for. It only needed 30, so it's one of the easier levels to get into. The next level they're going to do, Big Parade, is 150, though, and that's the big one.
Train Rush is quite simple. You just want to do all of the small puzzles as quickly as possible.
Not a particularly hard level. And Max is actually getting out of there right now. Oof, bump, booped on the button.
I wonder if he's going to craft the ice hat here or not.
Does not appear to be. There's a few different places we craft the ice hat. There's one of them. Cheating the race is one of them. Personally, that's the one I do. And now here comes Big Parade, our 4-minute auto-scroller. Ugh. Oh, no, never mind. He's going for the timer first.
Yeah, as we said before, just the order you do these levels in is up to preference. Some people opt to do other levels before Big Parade just so that you definitely have enough pawns to enter the level.
And to make sure they have enough pawns for cheating the race as well. Not a whole lot to specifically say about the Owl Express Time Rift, though he's going for some fancy tech there and made it. Congratulations for that.
One thing to know about that jump is that you're still able to use your first jump even if you walk off a ledge, but it's such a small window.
Now, just for those who aren't aware, doing a sprint jump and doing a regular jump gives you two completely different results. You cannot double jump while sprinting, but you get farther vertical distance or horizontal distance while sprinting. And now AnimeFan's entering Big Parade. So, the gimmick of Big Parade. You are followed by owls, and you basically just survive. There are specific times where you have to do what DJ Grooves tells you to do, and that you can speed up, but everything else is just waiting.
Lots of waiting. In the meantime, you want to gather all of the pawns you can in this level.
You need to
There's
get out
44
here.
in total.
You need to get out here with 50 pawns so you can do cheating the race.
Yeah. And Max is doing the gallery rift that AnimeFan did earlier.
Putting off Big Parade as long as he can. I understand. I don't even like this level casually that much.
I didn't like it too much either.
I get what it's going for. It's kind of cute, but no thanks.
Surprisingly, both Max and AnimeFan did the same route for gallery. They opted to blow up the row boxes.
AnimeFan tried to go for early switch, but missed the timing on it. That's not a huge issue. I think both of them are just picking up a lot of remixes. I think very little cosmetics. That's really surprising. And now that anime fans gotten through the first phase of Big Parade, now every once in a while there's going to be explosives on the ground, which is even more stuff to dodge. So he's just going to opt to crawl around here, waste time until it's time for the next phase.
Yeah, each phase has its waiting time. As you can see on the bottom right, there's a timer that's going all the way around.
I think it's about a minute long.
It's about 40 seconds, yeah. Yeah, there's not much to say about this level.
Not at all. Max is making sure again to pick up all those pawns. Oof, fell into the crowd. Oh, one of the things we can talk about, there is another death warp here, where if you'd use the ice hat and position yourself correctly, the owls could knock you into the timepiece, which saves a little bit of time, so you can just go to the next time rift, time rift. And also, it makes it so that DJ Grooves gets a lower score, which saves a little bit more time. Again, neither of them are hugely important, but it does help. AnimeFan's in the last phase now, where he's got to hit these buttons while missiles are coming at him.
Oh, he bonked. That's not good.
For those unaware, what we refer to a bonk is just hitting the wall at any point without while diving. It does not end well.
AnimeFan's in the last phase of this level. And once this phase is over, the timepiece will spawn and you can go grab it.
Does he have 50 pawns?
I didn't check.
Worst comes to worst, he can pick some up when he reloads into this level for the time rift.
I don't think, has he done AliExpress Rift as well?
I think he has. I could be mistaken. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. He's good.
Yeah, so he should be fine.
Max has the 50 he needs though, so he's ready for cheating the race. It looks like DJ Group's gonna be. I'm sorry.
Because they don't do the death warp, they'll have to re-enter the telescope another time.
Much like in contractual obligations, it just saves a little bit of time. And yeah, you were correct. AnimeFan did not do AliExpress Rift, so he's got time to get more pawns. Worst comes to worst, if you get short pawns, you can abuse the Roomba in the lobby of your spaceship. Don't, though. That's a big time loss. We saw that happen last night.
Yeah. Alright, he's definitely got enough. He's got 56. And Max is in the second phase,
just about to finish up that phase. Oof, AnimeFan trying to go for the same trick that Max did and barely missing.
It's actually quite a tight jump to make.
Made it the second time.
What he went for there is called an SDJ, or sprint double jump. Essentially what it is, oh no. Essentially what it is that while you sprint, you can just let go of sprint and then press jump within a small amount of time and you'll conserve your sprint momentum. And you can just jump farther while conserving your double jump as well.
It isn't an easy thing to get down correctly. But it does save a little bit of time once you get it down. And Max is on to the finale. This is the hardest skip in the game, guys. Runs are killed by the skip.
Wait, doesn't he have to do Moon?
Oh yeah, damn it, he still has to do Moon. Never mind. I mean, I did it too early.
Yeah, there's just one more. Oh, he could opt to do the finale now.
He could,
but I think most runners do the Rift first.
So the gimmick of the moon... Ooh, is he going for the Death Warp? But the gimmick of this one is the owls from the big Praetor here, and they're annoying.
They'll follow you around, and if you stay still for too long or jump back, they'll hit you.
Think the
Make your
Cosmic
life not
Marios
fun.
from Galaxy 2.
Max is going for solving the puzzle. You could do an SDJ to get to this point, but it's quite difficult, so solving the puzzle is a lot more consistent.
Getting a nice bit of momentum from the platform going up. Oh, he's going a different route than I've seen on here before. I guess not by much.
Yeah, there's a multiple amount of ways to get onto this gate, to jump over this wall.
And now Max is going to Death Warp into the hourglass, making it so we can skip the roulette wheel. And now he's going for the hardest skip in the game. Runs have died from the skip.
Right, this is actually really hard.
He got the conductor to win, so he's on good pace.
He's kind of smug about it.
It's okay.
Alright, he's getting that. Is he gonna do it?
Oh no, he hit the conductor. That wastes a lot of time.
Oh, he punched him. He hit him with his umbrella.
It's rude.
But he got the timepiece. That's a 10-second timepiece, but we're only able to get that because we sat through Parade, so that's why we do a 4-minute level.
So yeah, no matter how much you ask, we're not gonna take Parade out of the run. And now we're gonna go to the actual run killer, cheating the race. What we're supposed to do in this level is we're supposed to get the time stop hat, but that's really slow and takes, like, what, 23 yarn?
24 yarn, yeah.
And also involves Chapter 4, so we don't do it. But with some really nice movement, we can do it legitimately. This is also where we craft the ice hat.
There's two methods to beat the Mafia guy. You can either go forwards and follow the line, or you can go backwards into another cannon.
I personally go backwards. I wasn't even aware you could do it forwards until recently.
Some slick movement into the cannon. He bonked into the cannon.
Let's see, did he get it first try? Yes, he did, barely.
Yeah, it's quite a tight race.
Cheating the race, you will make or break a run.
Let's see how AnimeFan goes.
Max is going on to the final time rift of the game.
Yeah, this will be the 25th timepiece that he gets, so then he can finally move on to the final phase of the game.
Now the Elvis Birds here will knock you off, if you're not careful. Also, AnimeFan got it first try as well. Excellent.
That's really good, because I think he's been having trouble with it recently, so it must be a confidence booster.
Again, cheating the race can kill a run if you're not careful. And Max has collected the final timepiece, so he is going to enter finale after controlling Hat or Mustache Girl for a few seconds. Ooh, nice Santa hat. It's all going to come down to finale.
Yeah, despite being 2 minutes down, if Max makes a big mistake in the last level, AnimeFan can definitely make a comeback.
And to be completely honest, it's really easy to make a mistake in finale if you're not careful. There's quite a few different ways that could go wrong.
Finale is still quite an intricate level.
Now, by hitting the button specifically where Max did, he can hopefully clip up there and... Oh, nope, never mind. Didn't get the extra cycle. Now we're supposed to have the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Basically, when you're on that little elevator, you can jump while you're descending, and you'll be able to wall climb up and make it to that attic in one cycle.
Now we're supposed to have the Dweller Mask, the Ice Hat, and yeah, both of those to get into the level, but we can just jump over the fence. And we're supposed to have the Dweller Hat to finish Finale, but we have a really easy way to avoid that.
Yeah, that's why the game tells you that you're missing a key item, but you can still enter it anyways.
Man, if we had to get Dweller Mask to complete this level, that'd be awful.
That's 12 extra yarn.
So, what Max is going to do, he's going to jump into the corner here. There's a little slit that lets him get behind there. And he's going to basically wall jump up to the ceiling.
Yeah, that tiny hole lets you go out of bounds, and then there's these conveniently 2 walls placed together.
This was patched out after the 1.0 version. So Max has 2 different choices right here. He can either slide all the way down, and no, he's going for the safer route, just dive boosting.
Yeah, once you're out of bounds, you can get to the roof here, and then you can just dive boost towards the end.
Now, if you were to slide down, well, it's definitely faster. It's a lot more treacherous because there's a lot of things you could bonk off of. And if you mess that up, you're losing a lot of time.
One thing that Max has to watch out for is a hole in the ceiling.
Oof, Anime Fan dying there.
Yeah, unfortunately he got stuck trying to get onto the roof. And then since the terrain there is slanted, he hat kick fell down.
Max is going to be coming up to an invisible hole that if he falls down into, he soft locks, but he avoids it no problem. Oof, Anime Fan falling again, losing another life. Max is coming up to the checkerboard wall, where he's going to slide down and start the final boss.
The checkerboard wall is basically the signal that you've reached the throne room.
And we're almost about to enter the final boss.
So what Max is doing here is that he's getting on top of this hut here, and then he's going to fall into a volume that spawns him into a cutscene, and it teleports him into the throne room.
You could jump for it, but that is very specific, and if you screw that up, that's a huge time loss.
Anime fans unfortunately having a lot of trouble with Finale. Falling down again.
So what we try to do during the first phase of the final boss is get as many hits in a row as we can. Max pulling off 1 double, then only getting a single. And that's the first phase of the final boss. To the viewers, I apologize for your bit rates. There is nothing we can do about this level.
Yeah. One thing to note about the throne room fight is that if you die there, you actually respawn in a spot that you are unable to continue, and you'll have to exit the hub.
Oh, Anime Fan trying to go for the full slides. Interesting. Now if you were to trigger the bad ending and then die to the final boss, you will respawn in the final boss throne room. So if you're not feeling comfortable, just do that, and that'll save you some time if you die. So one of the things that can be done during this phase of the fight is if you were to jump and throw the Brewer Hat at her, it'd help get some extra hits in. Oh, like he's about to show off.
Oh, I missed. Oh, you got one.
Anime Fan getting that long slide done really well, actually. It's gonna definitely save him some time in the long run.
Yes, to still get up there, which is still a feat in itself.
And he's done it.
He did it.
That's one of the more difficult tricks in the game, besides bag skip. AnimeFan also opting for the safer entrance.
When Max is in the cherry phase, this is somewhat RNG. The amount of attack she does before going back into a shield is RNG.
Ooh, getting a nice double hit in. That does not happen often.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Nice, still gets a hit in though, so he's fine. AnimeFan entering the second phase already.
Did you get a few multi-hits? I didn't see.
I didn't either. So Max is entering the final phase of the fight here. Basically, all the goons are going to be like, if we kill ourselves, that'll heal her forever. And you can't die at this point.
Yeah, so Max has cemented his run right here.
AnimeFan getting a really good final boss in though, getting a lot of hits in.
Yeah, he's using the bro hat to hit Mustache Girl when he's not supposed to.
Now, the reason the villains are okay with killing it themselves is because they realize, oh, Hackett's just going to reverse everything, so it's fine. Something we didn't bring up is breaking a timepiece sends everything back in time, which is how Mustache Girl gained all this power.
He needs to hit him 8 times in this phase, and the final boss will be over. But it's quite hectic.
It's really hard to see everything. Oh, that was a nice double hit. And that's it for Max. Once he collects the timepiece, that is time.
It's gonna be about a 54-5 maybe. So now AnimeFan's in the cherry phase again.
That's actually a PB for Max.
Oh, is it?
His PB was
Wow.
54-24.
Wow, congratulations to him.
That is a
20
PB.
seconds. Wow, what happened to that cherry?
What did happen to that cherry?
That cherry, like, blew up right in front of her and didn't blow up the shield.
This phase can get a little bit glitchy. A Mustache Girl could end up clipping into the floor, which is always awful. Now Max here is going to get the choice between either helping the Mustache Girl or not helping the Mustache Girl. It doesn't affect anything.
AnimeFan's now in the final phase, so now he can't die. And that will cement his run as well.
Let's see about getting Max in here for an interview. Max was nice. He gave her the timepiece. And AnimeFan's just entering the final phase now. So his run's almost over as well. His run is also almost over. I love this final boss fight, but my god, it's hard to see what's going on stream.
Yeah, it's very difficult to actually see what's happening. But with good hat management, from swapping from Brewer to Sprint Hat, you can actually save a lot of time just getting to her.
No, even though Hat Kid is taking damage, she can't actually die here.
Oh, he barely missed that one.
We're almost there, we're almost there. And nope, that's still not it.
I think it's one more hit.
There he goes. AnimeFan ending with a 58. Not a bad time, not a bad time at all.
Sub 1 hour. Let's go. All in all, this was a pretty close race until an unfortunate key accident happened.
What's AnimeFan doing? Aw, he's kissing the camera. Thanks, AnimeFan. I think just having fun at this point. ending with a 58-51.
Let's see if we can get Max in for an interview.
Yeah, let's get Max and Anime Fan in here.
But I hope you guys enjoyed that race.
I know I did.
Hopefully we were able to explain all the little things as best as we could.
Yeah, thank you for putting up with 9 a.m. me. Wasn't my smartest decision, but I had fun. For the person asking in the chat, world record for any percent is about 45 minutes.
45:04.
This game is really well optimized.
Hello,
Oh my God.
Anime Fan.
So frustrated.
That was heartbreaking.
Oh,
watching that.
as soon as that key went into that door, I'm like, oh no, I screwed up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, where's that key? Where's that key? And then I'm like, yeah, that's right, whatever place. So I just went there, and I'm like, well, I'll just hope for a lucky mistake for Max at finale, and then I just made mistakes in finale, and I'm just like, all right, who cares anymore? I'll just complete it.
Those are some nice full slides, though.
Yeah, you went for full slides after all that.
I've been getting really good at slides. It's just that for some reason I just couldn't get started. Like I practiced over and over and over again, and I would almost always get it. So for me to fail 3 times, oh man.
I all have those days.
Yeah. The pressure got to me. So I did notice Max got PB. Huge congrats, Max. You absolutely kicked me to the curb.
You'll put up a good fight, though. It was really close for most of the race.
I got like so many gold splits, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's all we're looking for. We take those.
All right. I miss fighting Spy, but hopefully Max can survive his wrath.
Who does Max have next?
Spy, the world record holder.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Can we get Max in here, or is he? Oh, there he is.
Hey,
hello.
Congratulations on the PB, Max.
Congrats on PB, my dude.
Thank you.
How were you feeling throughout that race?
Good.
Were you getting a bit nervous?
I don't have a great English, sorry, but
that's understandable.
Yeah.
Hey, Max, I'll have you know that I choked in what was it?
AliExpress.
Yeah, AliExpress.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that other key door in the dark room?
Yeah.
Went for the shortcut, completely whiffed it.
That broke my heart.
Yeah. I choked 2 on a Deadbird Studio. I lost like 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, on the electrical box.
Yeah.
You missed the jump.
But aside from that, I got I think like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold split. So it's good.
Whoa, Gold City.
Yeah.
So many golds today. I am happy. I performed, except for the mistake at finale and AliExpress. I did pretty well.
No, you both did really good this run.
Like exiting gallery, I was 40 seconds faster than my PB pace. So I can. So I was going really good. Oh, and that mistake I did in Golden Vault, but that doesn't really count.
Oh yeah.
I recovered really well on that, actually.
Yeah, you did.
And you got cheating the race first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got CTR first time.
Yeah.
When I got out of all of the things to get first try, I get CTR. Amazing.
The fact that you both got CTR first try just...
Yeah, but I almost chucked it. I got it like at the last second.
Yeah, yours was really close.
Oh man. Oh, what time is it for me now? It's like midnight.
It's midnight, yeah. 10 past midnight.
No wonder you guys did the 9 a.m. run.
It's because I can't run in the morning, and
Yeah,
I live in France, so
That's understandable.
yeah.
And plus, it doesn't matter for me because I'm always late. I always stay up late anyway, so I'm like, who cares? My second last PB was at 3 a.m., so this is common territory for me.
I'm also usually up late, which is why me doing this 9 a.m. might be kind of a dumb idea. But I had fun. Yeah, now don't forget, our next race is going to be at 5 o'clock EDT, which is going to be Epic Yoshi Master versus Pepsi Average.
Who do I verse, actually, now that I'm in the losers bracket? Hold on.
I wonder if there's enough games played already.
Chocolate or Patois? Nice.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting either way.
Didn't Chocolate do an event some time ago?
He did Calithon a couple weeks ago.
That's right. He
had like 17 pairs of sunglasses.
Yeah. I was gonna say he wore so many sunglasses. I was thinking of doing that, but I was like, oh man, mine and Max's PB were like 36-second apart. Yeah. So I was like, I gotta do it. I can't mess around, and obviously it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Fun fact: that run is actually what inspired me to start learning Hat in Time.
The Calithon run.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because Shasta and Jeff, the guys who run that, are good friends of mine, so I was watching as much as I could, and I happened to catch that run. But great runs, both of you. Y'all should be proud.
I am proud. The fact I made so many mistakes and still got sub 1 hour.
I mean, at least you know, hey, you can do even better now with all those golds you got.
I don't know about that. I'm sure I'll choke it again somehow.
Improvement is improvement. You'll keep chipping away at your summer best.
I improved my summer best by like 20 seconds. That's pretty good, actually.
Oh, what is my summer best?
All right, well, good game, Max. If I could meet you, I'd give you a firm handshake and a pat on the back for kicking my
thank
ass.
You. I would.
But good games, both of you. Thank you very much for an excellent run.
Thank you.
I'm going to say, I'm kind of surprised both of you didn't go for bag skip.
Nah, I'm
can't do it.
Bag skip. I can't do it. I can do a lot of things, but not that.
The sprint double jump you have to do on the tree is super hard. No.
Yeah, bag skip is quite intricate.
Can I just say, chat, thank you for the support. Sorry to break your hearts.
Alrighty.
I believe that's it from us.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and I meant 3 o'clock EDT, not 5 o'clock. That's my bad.
Yep. In 5 hours' time, there will be another race.
So, we'll see you guys there.
3 hours after that, yeah. So
we got a lot of races today.
All right.
See you all.
Goodbye, my lovelies.
Later.